broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
That's right.
Wow.
I just want to take it down for a second, guys.
Yeah, because that's what we want to do here.
Where do the children play? They play on Redneck Island. Am I right?
They do, in the fire pit.
Cat Stevens?
Yeah, sure.
Nice choice. Every week
you.
we're going to have one of us pick a song, and that was Dave's for this week.
So
Cat
today
Stevens.
we're thinking the demographic is over 45 for the listeners today.
Yeah,
Yes.
which-
Anyone
yeah.
under that thinks, I don't know what that's
Thinking hurts the team, Dave. Thinking hurts the team.
Thinking hurts the team. That's why I rarely do it.
Well, welcome back, everyone, for another AfterBuzz TV Redneck Island, where we do the after show. Today we're going to be talking about episode number 5, which is titled "Never Let Go." So I'm really excited about that. Never let go.
Jack.
We have a super special guest star too, but before we introduce her, let me go around the room, starting with Faye.
Hey, everybody. How you doing? How are you rednecks doing?
How was your week?
Fantastic. I can't, a little rain in L.A., but, we take the good, we take the bad, and there you have the facts of life. That's a different
Wow,
show.
that's different.
Brittany, you had a great week.
I had a
right?
great week.
Yeah, tell us about that.
So my first episode of the challenge actually aired last Tuesday at 11 p.m. on MTV, and it was an epic episode. My partner and I lost in our first challenge, which kind of stunk.
What?
But we actually ended up coming back and killing it in the Dome, which is very similar to the pit in Redneck Island. So check us out every Tuesday, 11 p.m. on MTV.
Nice.
That's so awesome.
We'll all be watching. I'm Dave. Hi. You don't need to introduce me. I'll just introduce myself. Dave. Average week. Nothing too exciting.
Haircut? You got a haircut?
I got a haircut. And let's see. I think I went out to dinner once. And, I just drove towards my passion, every day. Trying to do more
That's
passion.
awesome.
Yes.
Is that like a mountain passion?
My passion is a verb, I think. Or is it a noun?
You used
on
it
how
kind
you
of
say
as a noun.
Okay.
Because you drove to your passion.
Yeah. Oh, I drove my passion.
Oh,
Yeah.
different.
Okay,
Oh.
see,
That's-
this is why Faye's smart, and when we were in high school together, I used to cheat off of her in French class. I didn't know till
Did
later.
you really?
that you are good at French.
That's because I was cheating off of somebody else.
Right. The cheat train.
Je n'ai pas français.
Right.
And
Cheat
je ne
train.
sais pas. It was we had Madame Guegui.
Yeah, and Mongeau. Did you have Mongeau?
No?
Oh, okay,
No, I don't
okay.
like Madame Guegui.
And this is when you guys were in high school, and hence Where Did the Children Play by Cat Stevens.
Exactly,
Thank
fits right
Ba-dum-bum.
in.
Wow.
And I'm Little Egypt. I'm one of your hosts today, and I have to tell you, my week was probably stellar. I don't know if I can top you, but I finally finished the last roll of toilet paper that I absolutely hated. I hated, yes.
I want to throw up.
I went to the store. I bought like this
Single ply?
It was. It was single ply.
7-Eleven?
It was made out of bamboo. It was
Oh,
supposed
it
to
should be
good for-
soft.
well, it's supposed to be good for the environment. I was all into the whole green thing. I want to do what's right for the planet, so I buy these rolls, and it was just the worst experience. But I couldn't throw them away because I'm a Virgo, and we don't do that. We like hold on to
Use and
everything.
hold
Yeah,
and-
and finally got rid of that last roll. So for me, I'm winning.
Good.
But
And you only use toilet paper to like rub your face, right?
Yeah,
like they do in
that's it,
commercials.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
nothing else.
yeah.
Okay, good.
I have
Just
a bidet.
Yeah,
clarifying.
well, and a lot of information there.
We've lost
Good on ya.
all our listeners at this point.
And today in our studio, I'm so excited to introduce you guys and everyone listening today. We have a very special guest, and her name is Shelly Martinez. And for those of you, yay! A little background on Shelly. For those of you who are in the professional wrestling world, you will know her because she is a former TNA and WWE star. She's still currently working as a wrestler, an actress, and a model. also a health and fitness coach. So we're happy to have you here.
Well, it's great to be here. This place is awesome. I love it. It's so cute.
Yeah, thank you. We one of the things that we do, Shelly, is like when we invite guests into the show, we watch the episode, and I know you watched it.
I did.
Right? And so we're just going to kind of break it down and give the 411 and kind of our own opinions on what we thought. And then we're even going to have a cast member, Parigi, call in today at around 5:30.
Nice.
Big P.
Awesome.
Big P calling
Big
in.
P in the house,
yeah.
full effect.
So this was your first time watching Redneck Island. What was your take on the show?
Well, you know, I am a fan of shows like Survivor and stuff like that, so they had that vibe to it. Being it was my first time, I love Stone Cold Steve Austin, first of all. He is legit. Too legit to quit. I love it. Him and The Rock.
Right.
Bound down.
So anyway, well, because there's a lot of haters out there in the wrestling world.
Right.
They're just like, oh, part-timers, whatever.
Whatever. They're huge.
They're awesome. They paid they've worked hard, and now it's cool to see Stone Cold Steve Austin doing this thing, so that's cool. But I don't watch it because Time Warner, you see, has changed things up, and I don't have that channel.
PWC. What the what?
Skynet.
Let's keep that
I think
acronym
that
to
they're
it.
in cahoots with Skynet. But when I first watched it, I thought there were couples. I thought the groups were couples.
Oh,
Like
okay.
And so I was like, oh, okay.
Good
So I kind of already accepted that. And so then when I saw when she was like, oh, well, I hooked up with this guy that one time, I was like, wait, whoa. I guess they're not couples here.
Or
Okay.
everyone's in an open relationship.
Yeah. I was like, okay, I get it. So
Right.
it was kind of cool to think I figured it out and then see that there was more. So it did draw me in, and I got interested in these people, and I don't know, I want to watch more.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Good. Cool.
See 'em a little bit.
But do you think that they actually made good couples? I mean, that's a great observation.
Well, they sold me that they were.
Yeah.
Like the Parigi fellow, when he was with the, I was like, oh, he has a cute girlfriend, huh? Like a
He's
bigger
like, he must
fella.
have a great personality.
Hey, but hey, I'm no stranger to bigger fellas. Like I like
Right.
bigger fellas.
Sure.
I've, whatever. But it was
No, go into detail about those stories. Yeah.
a different show.
Right, yes.
However, so I guess they did make good couples because I thought they were.
Well, there's a couple of them that have recoupled several times. So
Yes,
I
they're
mean,
very promiscuous.
they're very
Oh,
it's
my.
like
The
polygamy
lips,
almost.
yeah.
That Margaret, getting them every time.
Can't even
But see,
talk
here's the
about it.
thing. I don't know much about Margaret except what I saw. And I don't know. I liked her. What's the problem?
She's a drama queen.
She is
Right.
filled with drama.
She was on her best behavior though this week. Do
Yes.
you guys think like she's
was.
changing up her game,
She
trying
was.
to
Maybe
like,
it's the meds. I don't know.
yeah,
Right.
I don't know.
But see, for me, I typically like those drama girls or whatever. Like when there's that one girl everyone hates, for some reason, like I just accept that they're that way. And then everyone's like, Shelly, why do you always like that girl? She's a bitch. Or can I
It's
say,
okay, yeah. We're talking about girl dogs. So yes,
she's a bitch.
yeah.
Or whatever. And I'm just like, I know, but I like her. I don't know.
You're their Sarah. Wasn't Sarah becoming best buds with
Oh yeah,
Margaret?
she was Margaret's
I guess
only
so.
like-
She was
I
the
just like everyone,
understanding.
even if you're a little shady, as long as you're open, hey, I'm a little shady, or maybe even not. If I just
Interesting.
get it, if I'm like, okay, this person's shady, I'm like, that doesn't mean I have to dislike it. I know not to trust them. I know whatever, but
Fair
that doesn't
enough.
mean I have to make a face or care about who they're really sleeping with. I guess I don't know. That's just me.
That's open.
perspective,
Okay.
right?
Right.
It's good. You're non-judgmental, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not my business, but
Oh, I never heard of. Well, we're making it our business.
Sure enough. Why not?
That's why they pay us the big bucks.
that's fine. I guess
0 times 1,000.
I just like the misfits. I like the misfits. I guess.
Okay, so last week, you didn't see this, but last week the winners of the pit challenge were Cowboy and Margaret, because they went in and they won. So this week, they started that social game where Parigi was in the house. He doesn't see at this point early in the show that he had a target on his back, but he definitely didn't make any friends really after after last week. What are your thoughts on that? And then Hunter kind of showed his true colors this week. Originally, remember when they were taking the bed out of the house because Cody was like, so mad at Cowboys. He's like, we're going to take this bed out and put it out here. And then Hunter's like appalled. Like he was just like, as a man, we can't do this. And Jordan was like, you guys, we're better than this. We're better than this. at that point, I was kind of liking on Hunter, but what are your thoughts about like what he actually turned out to be?
When he punched the wooden board as he got it seems such a quick escalation. I didn't understand it.
Yeah.
It almost seemed like a show or something of some kind. Like, okay, you're trying to be like the nice guy or like the responsible guy, but then it went over, a little too much testosterone there.
So speaking of testosterone, so
Yes.
Dave, you're our rep on this.
Yes, very
So
lots.
Is it true that
Yes, it
a
is true.
man, the two things important are the bed and the
What did he say?
truck? No.
No, the
bed in the truck.
Oh, he said, never mess with a man's car or
Car.
a man's bed.
I was close. Truck, car,
Right.
car, and
It's
a bed.
Redneck Island.
Redneck
One time
Island.
my roommate stole one of my bagels, and that really upset me, so don't mess with a man's
See,
bagels.
bagels.
If it's the last of the milk, don't mess with the last of
I
my
think
milk.
it would be the cojones or
yeah,
something
don't
like
mess with my
that,
balls
but the-
unless I ask you to.
That's right.
Yes.
But the bed and the car.
I thought it was interesting that they dragged the bed outside and then almost immediately they just brought it back up the
Right.
stairs. And it was
Well,
almost like,
that's-
why are you even
But
bothering
that's
with
what
it?
Hunt,
Yeah.
but that's the thing with someone different. Hunter's like, this is not right.
Yeah.
You are not that is not a man to man thing. You got to take that bed. You get that bed. Let's go. I was
Yeah.
like, oh.
Yeah.
Why did they remove the bed?
Well, I think Cody was
Pranks.
really mad at Cowboy from the week before when Cowboy was doing some pranks and he just not a big fan of Cowboy. And then it was just like it escalated and this was his way because Cowboy won the pit challenge and Cody really put Cowboy in there to lose and that didn't happen. So he's just really pissed.
I
And
don't
then-
understand why no one's twisted his nipples right off with those rings.
I think I understand why they haven't.
Oh.
People, because this would be inappropriate to not have nipples on the show, so they're just keeping them there.
Fair enough.
Until the
And
finale.
I actually
Yeah.
read that in Vanity Fair.
Did you?
Did you?
Yeah.
I think that episode got canceled.
Okay, so what do you think about Josh coming clean and saying that he
Him
likes
liking Margaret?
Wow,
He's
right?
not coming clean. He's just creating drama to top over the drama queen.
You think?
I do.
Or do you think just like every guy?
But is
in
it
the house
drama?
likes
Because he tries
Margaret?
to keep it a secret and says, hey, I like Margaret, but I have to keep it on the DL.
There's the drama.
Shady.
because I
totally
don't want
shady,
anybody to
right?
know about it because no one likes her and I don't want a target on my back.
Well, how do you think Margaret
So do people
handled
know?
it? I mean, she was just like very regal about, please.
Did
I
you
can
just
only
wait?
have so many.
Wait, did you just put Regal and Margaret in the same sentence?
Never thought we'd hear it.
I can't. Yeah.
Oh, but really, seriously, the way she was like, please, I just can't have another follower. Not now. Not now.
So who'd she hook up with before?
What?
Riley.
Riley, episode 1, he got eliminated right away, but
Very
they were
handsome
definitely-
man. There was a connection,
Yeah.
immediate connection.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
bawling at his departure, not in the same way, but she was
Testicular,
Just, yeah,
yeah.
not in
Yeah.
that testicular
Right.
kind of way,
Got
but she
it.
was just crying, and now she's
Yeah.
definitely she's admitting she's not on the rebound. So anything that comes
Yeah.
up next, she likes. So.
Yeah. Well, okay. What do you? Another observation. I noticed that redneck men say "baby girl" a lot.
Yeah.
Did you guys notice
Sure.
that?
Below the
Everything's
base.
"baby girl."
I didn't realize
Did you know
that.
Yeah.
"baby girl"?
I didn't.
Baby girl
Yeah,
below
hey,
the
baby
Mason-Dixon
girl.
line.
Yeah.
That's a thing?
Kind of like it. I think it would be cool if my husband called me "baby girl." I
Baby
think that would be
girl?
cool.
In a daddy kind of way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They call
likes
baby
that.
girl.
Yeah.
Call me. Yeah.
Call
That'd
me
be kind
baby
of
girl.
fun.
Okay.
And then you can call
I
him
don't
Big
know.
Daddy.
yeah.
Big Daddy and Baby
A
Girl.
whole different show.
I
I'm
like
a
that show
baby
better.
girl kind of gal.
No, not for you. What about babe? Just baby, or babe? Hey, babe.
Well, you know what?
babe.
I feel that I don't know. Like I've definitely been a babe many a time. I don't know. I like more creative words, more personal.
like foofy or
or
Funny.
schmoopy.
schmoopy.
I would take a schmoopy over a babe.
Okay, schmoopy over a
okay.
babe.
I
Lesson
would.
for all your fans. They know. Yes.
Yeah.
Know it.
Know it. Call her schmoopy.
So with that, we went into the challenge. So they called this challenge pole dancing, which I totally loved. This challenge. Did you guys enjoy watching them hang?
I was watching it.
I hated it.
Okay.
What?
I just thought it was very boring. It's like 5 minutes of like watching
Hanging.
people not do it. How long can they not do
Well,
anything?
obviously, have you not ever challenged your body to see, like, push it to the limit, to the fact where it was depending on something?
Yes. Well, I'm usually moving when I'm challenging my body. That's like, yes, like push-ups or
Well,
weightlifting.
then,
something
was
like
it
that.
fair to say you just couldn't relate to said challenge?
I couldn't relate to watching a television where nothing is moving. That's
See,
what
I related.
Yeah,
I thought
related.
my heart was racing. I was like, who's going to let go? Because I know for me, I get an adrenaline rush of pushing my body. And I put myself in that situation of, I'd hold on. But then when you're there, it's like, and you see these people and what they're thinking.
Right.
But why were some of them holding on to a rope, which I'm like, smart way to go.
Yeah.
And the others were like, grasp around the
Redburn.
carpet
Yeah.
pole.
Not
Why?
thinking.
Not
Did they
thinking.
not
It's all about survival, and people naturally, some people will know, okay, if I hold on to the rope and I go this way, that's what's going to, and then some people don't even think about it, and that's just their instinct, and some people just, I think it's all
What about
instinct.
Shelby and
She
that
looked beautiful.
Shelby and that iron cross, like
Yeah.
legs
Yeah.
out
Yeah.
back.
Body
I was like,
displacement, man. Yeah.
I
What
never-
is the best?
body
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
displacement. Well, body displacement. I
But
never
it's-
thought of that word, but
I've never heard that word either, but I love
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
As a fitness person, what is the best strategy on that type of game? Like, what muscles should you be? What's the best muscles to hold out the longest? Legs, probably, or
I would say legs, but I think that that gal had it with just putting your body in that right, because the body's interesting, like especially with being in wrestling and doing like lucha libre Mexican wrestling. Like it's very, you manipulate your body and you can do like, I get astounded when I go to training sometimes. I'm like, I'll watch my trainers do something and I'm like, there's no way that's going to happen. I can't do it. And then I learn the little tricks of where to put your body and the weight on certain things, and it's amazing. So I think to not put the added stress on like like with the legs, you're not wasting energy, so you're able to,
hang out longer.
yeah. That's what I
Interesting.
think.
Yeah.
my
So,
Yeah.
okay. So we actually have Parigi on the line with us,
Great.
and before we bring him in, I have to tell you, he looked like a koala bear, didn't he? Hanging on to
Oh
the
my God.
He just looked like a little
bless him,
bear
though.
hanging on.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
Parigi, are you there?
I'm here. What's going on?
Big
y'all?
Pay! Hey.
I feel like his accent is more thick on the
It is. It just sounds like a different person.
So,
Yeah, I'm definitely under the weather, so I hope y'all can understand me.
no, we
Yeah, it's okay.
yeah, we totally can. We'll just have you on for a little bit here because the connection's not real good. But give us your thoughts on your experience on Redneck Island. Did you enjoy it?
Oh, man, it was definitely one of the coolest things I've ever experienced. Got to meet 23 other awesome people, and I guess you can call it 25 with Jesse and Steve. Everybody was really cool. Man, I had a blast. It was nice to get away from society for a while, throw the cell phones out, and be sociable, and just meet these other people, and then banging out with them in the challenges and the pit, and it was a really cool experience.
Speaking of
So
the
definitely I love
challenge, speaking of this challenge that we saw you in, was that one of the tougher challenges that you've had? Because it looked really difficult for you to hang on as long as you did.
Oh, most definitely. And like I said on my interview on TV, I weighed more than everybody. So it was. I thought going into that challenge, it was going to be very difficult for me to win, and I told Katie that most likely this is the one I go to the pit on, and I wish I would have listened to directions. When I called in, I heard y'all talking about it. Some people holding the pole and some people holding the ropes. My understanding, and this is me not paying attention, and this is my fault, I didn't hold on to the ropes. I thought when Steve said go, you had to hold on to the pole, and I kept inching down little by little. And I was telling Katie, I'm inching down, and when we actually hit the water, I looked up and I said, everybody's got a hold of the ropes. I thought Katie was going to turn around and beat the crap out of me.
Oh no.
Well, you know what? I have to tell you, I was watching it, and at the end, it came down to Jeremy and Shelby against Cody and Nicole, and then they had this quick little discussion, and I thought that was the strategic move of the entire game so far, when Jeremy looked over to Cody and Nicole and said, okay, we'll take the pass on this. What do you guys think about that move? It's a game move. It's a game changer. What do you think about that? Because he moved the target from him and Shelby back to Cody and Nicole, who already had a target on their back, so they were in a kind of a no no-lose situation.
I'm thinking that Cody and Nicole going into it knew that they had a good chance of winning regardless of what was happening.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at the team aspect of both Cody and Nicole, they've already won 2 challenges. They're like the challenge champs right now.
Yeah.
So
Right.
with this win, I don't think they really cared what was going to happen. I think their target, I think that they knew whether they won or they lost, they weren't going to go into a pit.
What do you
Right.
think, Big P?
I think it was very smart of Jeremy and Shelby to take the loss. You definitely don't want to be number one. You saw that at the beginning, and with the Riley and Cody, it puts a target on your back when you win a challenge. And definitely Cody needed. I think he needed to win. I know he's going to listen to this interview. It is what he is. He got, he's a little cocky, and he needed to stay number one in control. And he loved the power. He'd come back to the house and tell everybody to pack their bags, this, that. He loved the power, and I think Jeremy knew that. And Jeremy, really, it seemed like he just kind of stayed,
playing humble.
trying to stay under the radar a lot.
That's
Even
right.
like in the house, when everybody was getting crazy and wild and drinking, Jeremy was sitting back just being Mr. Cool. And so far, that strategy's worked for him because, Jeremy, he's a real athletic, and he just flew under that radar.
Do you think
he's
it's
doing
possible?
very well so far.
Big P, do you think it's possible because Jeremy is a little more seasoned chronologically than a lot of the other competitors on the island, that's maybe the difference, that he knows that?
Absolutely, I do. And Jeremy and I actually had conversations about that in the house. It might not be on camera, but we kind of wanted some of the younger folks because Jeremy and I are both. We're the 2 oldest. We're both in our 30s. And,
Yeah, ancient, ready to drop off.
we just had, we wanted them to like Cody to get in his fights or, whatever, or whoever to get in their fights and their arguments, get all that drama started up. And I said back, I know I started something one night, but for the most part, I just flew under. I tried to fly under that radar. I wanted to be known as the old, out of shape, non-threatening guy, that everybody likes.
Well, do you feel like that's how it came off? Because there was a couple times in the episodes that you actually, it looks like it backfired on you. Do you regret do you regret the instigating of the Cowboy Cody incident? Do you think that played well for you?
Do I regret it?
Yeah.
No, I don't regret it. I was doing it more out of humor, but at the time I did want. I wasn't much on Team Cody there, and I was trying to get Cowboy to hit him. But,
well, then it worked.
No, I don't regret it. I did piss off my team. They pissed off Katie a little bit, and definitely got their eyes on me. But I still felt like I was not a threat to them. I figured that they would be putting the more athletic people in the pit.
Right. Well, let's talk about that because one of the things that David brought up, and we wanted to ask you this question, was, when you lost that challenge, one of the things that you said was that you were kind of hoping for a gladiator-style event, maybe something that involved wrestling. We were just wondering,
Right.
David, do you want to go ahead and ask that question?
Yeah, well, 2 questions. One is how much time goes in between when the 2 teams are like picked, and so we know who's going into pit. So how much time in real life lapses between that moment and actually going into the pit 1? And then 2, do you think that they choose the pit challenges based on who's going in?
No, I think they have the pit challenges laid out. I think they're already set in stone. There's about a 5-hour period. It's usually around about 5 o'clock when Jesse came over to the house, and we're usually in the pit going out, battling out at about 10 o'clock.
Okay.
So you guys do the challenges and the pits in the same day?
Yeah, it's a challenge day, then the next day's
Two different days.
Two different days.
So really, what it's in real time as we see it edited, it's really, because that's how it's shown. It shows challenge one day, beer party. Hey, and we're going to get to that funnel. That funnel reappeared. Big P. Tank's funnel was back in the game. I was like, who would ever put their mouth on that? Anyway, so
Oh, Lord.
but so it's in real time. But speaking of real time, you're back at home. You know, do you feel that is there a target on your back now that you're home? Do you feel that anything's different about your life experience since you've returned from Redneck Island?
I tell you what, my life experience as far as Redneck Island, I just took. I'm in the pipeline industry, and we just took 3 weeks off for Christmas break. Actually, go back to work in the morning, and I have traveled every state in the South the past 3 weeks. I've just driven to different cities, and I've gone to different bars or parties, and every bar I've been in, I've gotten recognized, and that was an awesome experience. I've always wanted to be able to experience something like that, and it's been really cool. I think there may be some, maybe some jealousy with some ex-girlfriends and things like that. But it's definitely it's a humbling at the same time. It toughens you up. You saw me on the episode on Redneck Island talking about how I used to be an athlete and this and that, and it's definitely toughened me up because I did used to be an athlete. I did play second national championship in wrestling and things like in high school. And and 4 years ago I lost 120 pounds and I got back into that type of shape, but I got out of it and I want to get back in. So it definitely toughened me up as a person to see the comments that people are saying about me because I don't see myself in that light. But being out of shape, you know how it is. Once you're an athlete, you're always an athlete in your head. And after seeing the comments and different things, it toughens you up as a person. And I guess I've definitely been toughened up by that, humbled, and and the amount of love that I've been given by the fans of the show,
well, that's good.
and my community. It's been outstanding. It's been great. I don't regret it one bit. I love the experience most definitely, and definitely being at home. It's been awesome.
Parigi, let me just ask you a quick question about the social game. After you guys lost the challenge and you were going into the house and they hadn't picked who was going up against you, and Hunter basically volunteers, right? Because he's looking to change and swap Sarah for a more fierce competitor, which I thought,
swap out.
That is such a cold-blooded thing. When he did that, I was like, who wants you as a teammate? That's cold.
Oh, man.
Right? Parigi, what did you think seeing that on TV?
Hunter and I were okay. Did you just? It was kind of breaking up there a little bit. Did you ask me about what I thought about Hunter wanting a new teammate?
Yeah, well, he was it was about Hunter, and he was so obvious. I mean, he just how sad for Sarah to know that your teammate's not even wanting you on their team of two. I mean, it's cold-blooded.
Right. You're exactly right. And like I said, Hunter and I were roommates in the house, so we got a lot of one-on-one time with each other, and he had mentioned that to me before. But yeah, it definitely had to be a sad thing. And shoot, I kind of went through it as well, but I didn't really know it until I watched the show that Katie wanted a new partner because for most of the time she was a very positive person about me.
Yeah, but she never said it to your face. She never Hunter was right out there in front of I'm hoping to get someone new. It was like he wasn't even.
Right.
What did you think of that, David? Because I think that's a real that's a character issue with me. Do you, as a man, do you see that as something that you would want to emulate?
I could see if somebody wanted a different. I feel like I've been on basketball teams and I suck at basketball, and they're like, "Well, I wish we could get somebody instead of Dave." So I know I've been on that. But I also I guess I just took it as this is a game, and this Sarah did seem unmotivated at times and not a fierce competitor, and this guy obviously is. So as much as it's kind of a jerky thing, these people are on there to win. So I kind of understood it as much as it wasn't very nice.
Right.
So Big P, can you straighten me out? Is it really true that the two most important things to be a true man would be the concern for your bed and your car?
The concern for your bed and your car, those are definitely two important things. I don't know if that defines what a man is or not. Two most important
Just trying to
things,
get to the bottom of
they
that.
are very important.
Okay, all
And
right.
bagels.
And bagels.
I agree with the bagel.
Yeah, you need to carb up in the mornings.
A little bit.
So let me ask you this, Shelly. Okay, so I'm going to ask Shelly a quick question here. So you're watching the game, right? And you're seeing kind of like how things are playing out socially, right? And you get these rednecks drinking, and then the next thing you know, clothes is coming off, kissing and streaking, and body shots. That's what they call when you pour the alcohol on the body.
Truth or dare during this
Yes.
episode.
Yeah,
correct?
and the truth or dare. What was your take on that?
Well, you know,
Was it entertaining?
It was. I put myself in that situation. I was like, oh my gosh, what would I say? Because I'm pretty an open book, so I think I probably, to play it safe, would always do truth.
Truth.
Right.
Just because, like, come on, you can't be the dare that doesn't go through it. It says, I changed my mind. So I would probably chicken out and always just go with truth. But it's always cool to see people just have a good old time. Maybe I'm stuck up.
Yeah.
I'm a little stuck
I have
up.
a quick question for Parigi. You actually got a body shot taken off you by Margaret, correct? How was that?
I did. It was absolutely wonderful. I loved it. She's welcome to come to it again anytime.
How was your relationship with her? Because we know that through watching the season, a lot of people tend to not really care for her. How was your relationship with her?
The first two episodes when Riley was on, I was kind of with everybody else. It seemed like she chose not to talk to anybody, and I thought she was just a stuck-up little girl, basically.
Oh, no.
After Riley left, I kind of connected with her and became friends with her. They didn't show a whole lot of that on the show, but we actually did. And Katie came to me at one point and actually said, Parigi, stop talking to her. You're going to get us. You're going to get started in a pit. And I told her that, if being a friend of somebody's going to get me started in a pit, I'm going to be a friend. But,
Well, that's actually something Josh is facing right now, because he is crossing the line. He's friending Margaret, and guess what? The girls are starting to alienate him, right?
First, at the top of the episode, he's hot Josh, or that was last week, and now they're like, Josh who?
Yeah, real quick.
Ouch.
Yeah. So maybe it did work out.
Do they like him? Is that why? Did those girls like this guy?
They love Josh right now. I think everybody
like the
loved Big
good-looking
P,
Right.
because even though you might have had that moment of setting other people up a couple episodes ago, I think it's fair to say that all the competitors love you very much.
Yeah.
And I don't know the same can be.
Thanks so much.
Oh, you're welcome. I don't know the same can be said for Josh right now. So
Well, okay.
Everybody's got to love the big guy.
Right.
Oh my gosh. Oh, you know what? Did you guys see that one move where Cowboy jumps in the bed with Rocky and starts nuzzling him?
hysterical.
Yes.
Oh, Rocky.
I love this quote. This is what Rocky said, because totally humiliated and embarrassed. He goes, well, I don't remember it, so it doesn't happen. How do you think that plays out in a court of law?
I think it works. It works, right? Yeah.
I don't remember it, so it just
So it didn't happen.
Right.
It's on film. We're all going to be watching it.
I'll tell
cozy.
y'all a behind-the-scenes thing with me and Rocky that didn't show on TV, and he's going to kill me when it airs. During that truth or dare moment, when we were playing that on my last episode there, Katie says, Parigi, I dare you to kiss the hottest girl on the show. And, it puts me in a spot. Rocky leans into me 90, and I lean in 10, and we kiss right there. And we're going, oh my God, I hope they don't air this. So if they would have shown that with him getting in the bed with Cowboys and that, it would have been bad for him.
Wow. It's a redneck wedding.
Well, let me.
I actually called my dad. I said, Dad, if you watch this next episode, you may or may not see me kiss a man. I don't know. I promise I am heterosexual.
So I'm going to ask Shelly another question. So Shelly, it's the point in the show where we get to see the pit challenge, which is a different challenge every week, but it's two guys against two girls, and the winner stays and loser goes home, which is cool actually, because I like the fact that the challenge is always changing. The pit challenge we saw, it was called Curtain Call, and it had that thingy, and you had to push and find and carry it across the line. So kind of had a little bit of a wrestling component to it. I mean, did you feel like you could do that challenge?
Yes, because again, it goes back to body displacement. I'm telling you guys, learn about body displacement and it'll change your life.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just, I thought it was really cool, and I did, like, once again, put myself in that situation, and I think I would have done well.
Yeah, the girls really went at it.
Yeah.
They did.
Wow, I mean, mud wrestling in the middle.
I was surprised. Big P, I thought you would have been all over this. So was it really just this blind, because of the curtain, was it just such a blind entrance that you could not find your target, whether it was the buoy or whether it was Hunter?
Hunter is a lot faster than what I thought. I went in it thinking, you know, I'm going to wrestle him, take it away from him, and carry it across the line. Hunter was through his curtain, had his buoy, juked to the left. It was coming out my curtain before I even entered my curtain.
Oh, maybe the key would have been not to enter the curtain.
Oh, catch him on the way out?
Catch him on the way out and just bulldoze him back.
So he was that fast. I didn't know, but Hunter's actually a professional rugby player. And I didn't know that. So he was actually really fast.
He's used to the scrum, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so what do you think about Hunter when right there, it's the pit challenge, and he's actually rooting against Sarah that sucked so bad?
He just,
like, how do you do that, man?
Just rude.
He totally wanted Katie as his partner.
Yeah. Oh my God. Well, so he has a stronger partner because doesn't Katie look like she's an athlete? Mm-hmm.
They really at some point they all look like they are athletes.
Yeah.
There's no way they can get through any of those challenges for the little amount of time they're in them or the length of the full challenge. Wouldn't you agree, Big P? I mean, everybody has a variation of athleticism.
Absolutely. It seemed like everybody on the show had some sort of athletic background, and in athletics comes the mental game, too. To be able to strategize and be able to mentally tell yourself you can do something, and everybody definitely had that. And most definitely, Katie, like I said, Katie is a beast.
Okay.
I mean, that girl. I was lucky to have her as a partner.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you and Brittany this question because this was your first time entering a pit challenge. God, you must have, like, if it were me, I'd be dying. And Brittany, you entered your challenge, this week on air. I mean, I'm going to ask Brittany this. What was going through your mind? I mean, this is your do or die moment.
It is.
Right? So tell us about that.
I would say going into an elimination was the most scary feeling ever because you could potentially be packing your bags and going home. And to be mentally prepared for that, it's so scary. And just walking out there and seeing the crowd watching you feel like a modern day gladiator. And that's literally, I don't know if Big P up there can agree, but you feel like a gladiator because everybody watching you and your adrenaline's just pumped up.
Absolutely.
It's a great feeling and a scary feeling at the same time.
So did you
Absolutely. Spot on.
What about you? So there you are in the pit. You're, this is it. It's your do or die moment. And, potentially you could go home and there's all your friends. And it doesn't look like they give you a long goodbye. It looks like as soon as you're out, you just keep walking and you don't stop.
Slap you on the ass and there you go.
Seriously.
Definitely, yeah. When it's over, you're gone. There's no going back to the house. You already have your luggage packed. You're gone.
Oh, wow.
And
Really?
It's a sad thing. It's a sad thing, both ends of it. It's a sad thing being up there watching your friends leave. It's a sad thing, leaving knowing it's over. You're not going to get a shot at $100,000, and there's all your new friends standing up there. They're going to, they're going to be on, more episodes without you, and it's definitely
it's emotional, right?
a sad experience there. But
you worked that out. You said you've been in every southern state in the last 3 weeks. You're okay.
Yeah. I wanted to ask you really quick, Big P. So I heard that you met some of my castmates at a New Year's Eve party. You met Adam Kuhn and Shelby. You guys were at some New Year's Eve party.
Yeah.
With Taylor Jaybert.
And then also, let's see, I guess you're on Are You the One? Yeah.
Yes, you met my Are You the One castmates.
Okay, awesome. And then Ellie, she actually lives in the town that I work in.
Oh, wow.
So got to hang out. I've got to hang out with her a few times. She's actually come to a couple of my viewing parties, and I had her. I had about four different shows at one time, spending the night at my house here in my little town in Elkins for a viewing party. I had MTV,
That's cool.
TLC,
That's interesting. It's such a small network, the reality family.
Yeah, it is. That's very interesting. So, Parigi, thank you so much for coming on our show today. Take a second and tell people where they can find you and if you're making any appearances anywhere.
Yes, ma'am. People can find me on Twitter at Anthony Parigi and on Instagram at Parigi77, and of course on Facebook Anthony Parigi. But yes, I'll definitely be doing appearances. I don't have anything really planned out right now. I've just been popping in different places and
getting your free beer.
A couple little things that people have called me and asked me to come do at places here in North Carolina. But definitely, if you want me for an appearance, give me the call. And I'll
Sounds right. Good. Thank you so much for calling in. We enjoyed having you.
Thanks, Anthony.
Hey, thank y'all so much. Y'all have a great day and enjoy the rest of the episode.
Thanks.
All right, man. Feel better.
Adios.
Bye. So what are you thinking? What are your thoughts right now, Shelly? I mean, you've kind of got to hear from a cast member.
I
and
know.
It
It trips me out because I've dabbled in reality television, and I think it's really interesting. I think it's really cool how, especially if you're a part of something that's like a challenge kind of thing, you bond with people. So it's like, I'm not really looking at all this as just like a TV show fan kind of thing. It's like I kind of, okay, as a fan I'm watching it, but then also I've dabbled. Also, I know people that are, so it's just interesting to me, intrigues me, this like whole, there needs to be like a documentary about like
it's a life
reality people and like, cause think about like, I've always loved reality. Like back in like, when MTV had their first like Real World, like I was all about it. And, you know, so I don't know. I think somebody out there should just make a documentary about like people that pass and how it's evolved, because it's crazy. Like reality television is like taken over. And you get to see different people. And it's funny because like, I don't know. I mean, I know it's structured that way, but it's like, when you have an ensemble, it's like, I know someone like that, I know someone like that, and that. It's just really interesting. I'm just intrigued. Yeah. Maybe I should make the documentary.
I think you should.
I think I should.
Do you think there's a very close parallel between professional wrestling and reality TV?
I do, because when I've tried to get agents, you know, because I have my one agent. Are you out there? Where's my bookings? But a lot of times the way I would kind of schmooze with different people to like network with, I usually go towards people who work with reality TV people. For some reason wrestling and reality TV people kind of mix together. Like I do conventions sometimes, and a lot of time it's always either actors of yesteryear, reality people, and wrestlers. It's crazy. And you do these little, like, because like with wrestling, it's like either you were once on TV or maybe you just do it independently, but you do have these appearances and these different things that reality TV, once their show's over, they do the same thing. Like they have these different appearances. It's just so similar. It's weird.
It's like we get into a funnel and little, like there's this little system and we all follow the same road, you know, it's just different.
And everyone knows each other. Just like right now, when you were talking to him, you were like, oh my gosh, like you were with some, it's gnarly. It's gnarly. I like it though.
That's awesome. Okay, so let's go around the room and tell us. Faye, you're looking like a champion over there with your.
I am loving the lounge seat. I feel like at first I was in the mush pot. But now I am loving my
Queen
digs.
Bee. Yeah. Oh my God! Oh, who's your pick? Are you still going for Jeremy and Shelby?
Still Jeremy and Shelby. Now I don't. There's a part of me I'm like, there could be something that goes awry in the next couple of weeks with the challenges, because I think I heard Stone Cold Steve Austin talk about that things were changing up next week in terms of how the elimination happens. So, because we've all talked about, will it be one person that wins the 100,000 grand or 100,000 grand? That's redundant. Thank you.
You cheated on those tests as well.
We knew what you meant.
But will it be one person or is it the team that wins? And so I think one of those two, if they're not broken up, will end up in that final view or that final circle, circle of champions.
The Ring of Fire.
Brittany, who's your pick?
I don't know. Right now, it's kind of a toss-up between I love Jeremy and Shelby. I wish they would show more of them on the TV show because you don't really get to see them develop their relationship on TV.
Right.
But I'm also, Cody and Nicole work so well together that you almost can't help but root for them because they've already won 3 challenges. So it's a toss-up between both.
The mastermind who dips. What?
What about you, David?
First, I want to say Jesse James annoyed me this episode. They continue to not give her any lines except the repeated thing that you can read in the show after 5 minutes, and she still says them semi-robotically, as if it's like the first time she's trying to memorize her lines. It's like, give the girl something instead of nothing. So my prediction for her is this isn't going to help her career. And then for the show, I like Becky. I find very sexy, so I hope that she goes a long way.
So you're kind of switching because last week it was Nicole because she wore a bikini bottom and that was really attractive.
Yes.
What you're saying, you'd like to go all the way with Becky, is that?
I have a girlfriend, so no, I would never. But unless maybe there's a threesome involved. But yes,
or a hall pass.
or a hall pass, right?
Such a boy
Or
answer,
if I'm in Europe or something on a cruise, different country.
Because when you cross
International lines, there's something that's said about that, right? I read that in a dating book. So yeah.
I didn't know.
No, that's
Wait,
not
is that
real.
your
That
phone
would never.
ringing, Dave?
Yeah, what? No, babe, I'm good.
But you like Becky, huh?
Yeah, well, I feel like most episodes she doesn't get a lot of airtime, and so I actually was almost like, who is this person?
Yeah.
And so I don't know. I kind of saw her in this one, and so I like to see a little bit more.
Now, you've only watched the one episode, but who stood out for you? If you could pick one person now to win it all because you've just fallen in love with them and you love everything about their character, who would you pick?
I'd have to watch another episode because I don't know. Again, I'm so fascinated by just human beings and how socially we are, and that's what all these shows are about.
Yeah.
Even the housewife shows where people want, it's all a social thing.
Right.
So I just need to watch one more episode to see who falls where, in my opinion, to give my answer.
Right. Well, then watch one more episode and then tweet it out.
I will.
Yeah.
I will.
It'll be fun to watch because you can follow Shelly on Twitter.
Yes, you can at Funtime Shelly. Ding.
Yeah, absolutely. So next, okay. So
Who's your pick?
Oh,
Yes.
You know, I don't want to follow Faye. I feel like I'm riding her coattails.
Which you usually do, especially in school.
I know.
Oh my gosh, this is a fact that we learned today. We learned this today.
I will say this last episode that it was almost like a reset episode because no one was the star. No one you came away from when you clicked off the episode saying, oh, that person really, they highlighted what they were doing and they're in a positive way or in a follow this person way. So maybe the show's just trying to reset so people can garner new fans and you can follow.
Maybe that's why I don't have an answer.
There you go.
Right.
Because if you are, obviously a viewer. Expert, if you will. I don't feel bad now that I have to watch another episode to kind of figure these people out.
We want you to. Watch it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that next week is going to be a fun episode. And as we go around the room, let's just start with you, Faye. Tell people where they can find you and if you're doing anything, where they can see you.
Right now, you can find me at Redneck, capital F, capital D, Redneck FD on Twitter. That's the easiest, clean-cut way to find me.
Okay. Brittany.
Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, Brittany Baldi, and Tuesday nights on MTV for the challenge.
Yes.
We'll all be there.
Best of luck.
I'm at Go Blue Dave on Twitter and Dave Abed on Instagram, and nothing this week special, but special things in the future that I'll keep people posted on. So sit by your television screens. Yes.
And I am Little Egypt. You can find me on Twitter at Little Egypt. You can find me on Facebook at the official page of Little Egypt. And you can find me at the CAC reunion this year, April 13th, 14th, 15th, with the rest of the Glow Girls making an appearance there. And I'm hoping Shelly's going to be right by my side.
Here's hoping.
We want to see Shelly at the CAC. It'll be so
I want to be
fun.
there. I want to be there. I've only been there one time, and it was very
too
brief.
fast.
It was very, very brief.
You didn't even get to experience it. Also, the Glow documentary, just about 5 more months left on that on Netflix.
Wow, okay.
So you can see it. Always have the Glow documentary with me, Glow, the story of the gorgeous ladies of wrestling. You can also pick it up on Amazon and iTunes, so I'm really pumped about that. And a little fun fact that you might not know about Shelly and I, we may, we met on the set of Smashing Pumpkins music video.
We sure did.
Wow. Which song?
Awata, O-W-A-T-A.
Okay.
Yeah, and she had a lead role in that, and I got to appear as Little Egypt, so it was really fun. That's how we met, and we've been friends ever since.
I know, and that was years ago.
I know.
And look at us now.
Oh,
Here, after buzzing it
mature
up.
women. Yes.
And where can people find you, Shelly?
All right, it's pretty easy. Funtime Shelly on Twitter, on Instagram, ShellyMartinez.net, SHELLY, people. EYs are fake Shellys.
Come on.
What about the eyes?
No, just simply
Fishers.
Y. Those are the real ones. Anyway, I'm on YouTube, youtube.com/LuchaGal909. I have a really cool app. It's a fan, kind of like a fan club. It's called tweetsecret.com/Shelly, where I have exclusive videos and such. And this coming weekend, I will be making my big return at my wrestling school, Santino Brothers. We're having a show, and I'm going to kick some booty.
Cool.
And then Sunday, I'm making debut at AOW in, I think, Indio, California.
You're not busy at all.
No.
Not at all.
Well, thank you so much for joining
Thank you
us.
guys. Had fun. I had to come
That
back.
was great.
Thank you,
Do it for
Shelly.
sure.
And then thank you all the listeners out there. We will see you next week for another round of Redneck Island AfterBuzz.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.